shows up unannounced. Danny gets called into work at the TV station and has to miss Stephanie's recital. Well, Joey decides he wants to make some changes in his life. He wants to have more danger and adventure, like Jesse. DJ, Stephanie, Michelle, and Joey, wearing his new adventurous wardrobe, including a leather biker outfit, do a fashion show in the living room. Then Michelle calls Jesse and Joey Dada. Well, Danny feels like he's working too much and not spending enough time with his girls. So he decides that they're going to have Daddy-Daughter Day. Then Jesse teaches Joey how to ride a motorcycle. Meanwhile, Danny continues day 2 of Daddy-Daughter Day. Joey takes off on Jesse's motorcycle, and when he returns, Joey tells Jesse that he met a girl down the street and fell asleep on her couch. Danny has a heart-to-heart with DJ. She tells Danny that it's hard being brave for my little sister all the time. Well, Danny tucks Michelle into bed, and just as he's walking out of her room, she calls him Dada. We'd like to hear what you think about episode 6, so send us an email at fullhouserewind@podco.us. And with that, let's get on with the show.
You've got messages.
Oh, time to check our messages.
David, it's me, the big boss here at Full House Rewind. Look, I'm just checking in to see how the show is going.
Big boss?
Yes, what is it, Henry?
Big boss, I got Taylor Swift on the line.
All right, Dave, I gotta grab that. We're looking for big numbers, okay? Call me any day between 10 and about 10:03 a.m. I've always got time for you. Okay, take care. Bye-bye.
I can't believe the big boss called me. I love that. And you know what? You're going to love our special guest on the show today. I first met Marla Sokoloff on Full House. She played the character Gia Mahan for 8 episodes. And Gia was a bit of a bad girl. She would also come back as Gia for 11 episodes on Fuller House. Marla is a wonderful actress with a great sense of comedy. She's been on Party of 5, The Practice with my buddy and hockey pal David E. Kelly, and Grey's Anatomy, to name just a few. She's also a writer, producer, and a director. Here's a pic of Marla when Full House was on the air. Please welcome to Full House Rewind, Marla Sokoloff. It is, we have known each other for so long. Isn't it crazy? And
How
you
many
look
years,
so
you
great.
think? Thank you so much.
My goodness, the first thing that she said to me was, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, good. And I said, "How are you?" And she said, "Well, I popped out another human since the last time I saw you. You look fantastic."
Thank you very much.
How are those, your daughters? I follow you on Instagram. They are so cute. My
Thank you.
goodness sakes, I've known them since they were little teeny weenies.
I know.
And what age are they now?
So we have 11, we have 8, and 1.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Is it going by fast?
It does go by. I mean, it's like everybody says that to you too, which is slightly annoying when you want it to go by fast, like in that
Right.
phase where you're like, no, it actually, I'm in a very tricky space right now. But then, it just breezes by, and then it gets
That's
sad.
a big span, 11 to 1.
Yeah.
Holy moly. And 3 girls.
All girls.
Is
yeah.
Alex is he?
You know what? I think there was a little point where we found out we were having a third where he was like, it's the son I didn't know I was going to have, and then...
Yeah.
No, we had another girl.
Here's the story.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
But he's such a good girl dad, and
Yeah.
I was really happy that she actually was a girl because I just don't know boys at all. That's not my life. We're just stuck in Disney princesses and Taylor Swift and all of that stuff.
Oh, but what a riot, though. I mean, it's just, my son was so much fun,
How old is he now?
He's 32, married, living in Sacramento.
Oh,
He
okay.
flies out of Oakland. He's a pilot for FedEx.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, he's my kid because he plays hockey a few days a week and he flies airplanes.
Right,
so he is definitely
You
my
got some
kid.
of that.
I just saw him for my Mel's
Great.
40th birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and he came in with his wife Alex, and we had a great time with the other Mel Samuels,
Yep.
who worked with us on Fuller House. So
That's
It's just,
a mess.
isn't it amazing? Our lives just keep intertwining with
know.
all of these people, with my Mel, with Mel Samuels,
Yep.
with you, with
Mhm.
all of our Full House.
I know. I
people.
always get updates about you guys from Mel,
Yeah,
and I talk to your Mel too.
yeah.
We have a little.
Well, she loves you.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
You got a good one there.
I got lucky.
Yeah.
I got really lucky. So you got your 3 girls. My
Yeah.
goodness sakes. Now, what age were you when you started acting?
Oh gosh, how old was I? I mean, I don't remember a time where I wasn't, entertaining my family and annoying everybody, like singing and doing plays at home. But I professionally started acting. I mean, Full House was my first, real job. I did like a commercial before that.
Right.
So I think I was like 11 or 12.
So same age as your daughter.
Yes.
Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Now, is it to think of where you were at 11 on Full House and to think of your daughter? Does that just blow your mind?
It's blowing my mind right now because I've never thought about that. I'm like, wow, she really is that age.
Yeah.
And it's funny, when we were doing Fuller House, she came to a few tapings because she was very into the show. And at that time, she was doing the whole, like, I want to do this too.
Right.
And it scared me, I did not want her to get, and now she's kind of gotten off of that, I think.
Yeah. You don't think any?
I mean, one of them's gonna,
They'll have the
one
bond.
out of 3. There's no way we're escaping this completely. I will do my very best to sway back.
Oh man! And then you get to be a stage mom.
Oh yeah, I'd be the worst
Go-
stage
go to
mom
the
possible.
set, and I remember we had one kid who was on Full House, and I remember his mom was, I think, one of the Rockettes.
Oh.
And I remember he was doing like a dance number on Full House, and she was up in the stands like mimicking the
Yeah.
exact. So you knew that she choreographed his entire
Correct.
dance thing for Full House.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
but you know what? We were lucky because we had great stage moms. Janice Sweeten was
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Barbara Cameron was great.
Yeah.
Sherry Barber. I mean,
Yeah.
Jarny Olson, Dave Olson. They were all so great. So let's see.
And my mom also was just, I'm sure you couldn't even pick her out of a lineup if you saw her because she never was on set. She just used to sit in my trailer.
I don't think I ever met your mom.
Yeah. I mean, you definitely probably saw her maybe at a taping, but she was not a stage mom either. Maybe that was a requirement to being on the show. Like, you couldn't have any stage moms because she hated that.
Really?
Yeah. And
So but she had to take you to your
Right,
stuff,
so she would just,
right?
I mean, I remember anytime I would go in my trailer, she was in there just like reading a book or, doing whatever in there.
No interest, right?
No.
Just no interest.
No.
That's like my family.
Yeah.
My dad would be like, I'd call him. I'd say, Dad, did you see Full House? Yeah. What night's it on again? I'm like, Dad. My dad was a Chrysler
You're like,
guy.
it's not that hard to find.
Yeah, it was like Friday night. He
Biggest
goes, yeah,
show.
I saw that. Pretty good, pretty good. Are you doing more? And I was like, oh, Dad, boy, oh boy. I don't think I've ever had a chance to tell you this. I've always thought you have wonderful comedic timing.
Oh, thank you.
Where do you think that comes from? Because that's hard to teach. You either
Yeah.
have comedic timing or you don't. And to be thrown into a sitcom and just have that at 11 years old,
Yeah.
where does that come from?
I have no idea, and I agree with you. I mean, doing a dramatic scene is so much easier, even now for me, than doing anything comedic. I still intimidates me a lot.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That I am so surprised to hear you say that because
Yeah.
you do it with just such reckless abandon. And
I feel like you haven't watched an old Full House episode that I'm on in a while because the acting is shocking.
well, I never watched Full House.
Okay, so that's probably why you think I'm so funny.
I have a pretty good memory still. It's still firing. The synapses are going. But I just remembered that you always had great comedic timing.
Well, that
and
role
I'm
was
just-
like so
I'm
hard for me
kicking a
'cause she was
butthole,
so
Mr.
biting and
Slave.
just always being
Mom.
set up by somebody to
Yeah.
come in and do something deplorable or irritating, and so I feel like that's inherently in me.
Gia was a racy character.
Yeah,
Didn't you smoke or something on one show?
Yeah.
Like you smoked on a show?
I totally smoked.
Yeah, yeah.
Herbal cigarettes.
Like,
they were delicious.
do your kids watch you?
Yeah,
They do.
Yeah,
Do they watch Full House?
They started with Fuller House, and then I was like, guys, you need to watch the original. That one's
Yeah.
like, you got to start from scratch.
Right.
And so then they got into that one.
And what do you tell them when they see Gia? Don't act like that.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with the smoking stuff, they're horrified. They're like, Mom, you were smoking.
That is just, yeah. Because like, what do you say to your kids? My son was like, He used to call it Daddy's Show.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was a little guy when we started. He was like 2, 3, 4 years old.
Wow.
So I used to take him to the set, and he would hang out. And I remember Mike Binder was here on a previous episode, and he told this story where we were sitting around watching an episode of Full House, and he looked in the middle of the episode. Mike was over, and he said, "Where's Luke?" He thought, "I've been with all these people in our home movies and videos and stuff with Mary Kate and Ashley and John and Bob, Candace, Jody.
Yeah.
You know, and he just thought, why am I not in the video?" So it was like trying to explain that to your kids, you know.
Yeah, there's definitely a
But
gray
you're
area
not,
there.
but as much as you work and you direct and you do all this wonderful stuff, you're so busy. It's like all you guys, I feel like a proud uncle. I really do. Like to see you flourish like that and have such a wonderful, wonderful career. How do you manage family, working on career with 3 kids, especially? That's good. That keeps you running.
Yeah, it sure does. I mean, I don't know. I feel like it's really hard to do both of them well at the same time, if that makes sense. Like I'm either super focused on being a mom, like this summer, I'm leaning into being a mom, and then when I'm away shooting, I just set it up where I have a lot of amazing people helping me while I'm not able to be there, you know? So, I don't have the answer to that. I wish I did, but yeah, they're both really time consuming.
And I've met your husband Alex, who's a great guy. Just he's just real. He seems
like
a real salt of the earth. Just
he is
good,
such a good guy.
I don't want to wear that.
You know? So I mean, but that has to help. I
don't
mean,
wanna-
I
don't want to wear that.
You know,
I mean, I feel like with what we do, you have to have a supportive person who encourages you to keep going, because I think it's very easy for us to be like, I'm done, I'm quitting, this is too hard, you know? So you have to have a person who's like your biggest fan, and he's always been that. So, and he supports me leaving, which is hard when you're, spouse.
Well, having that support and the challenges of just raising 3 kids.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are moving, constantly, like moving around. I know what that's
it's like the most complicated jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah,
in
I
the
had
world.
1. You have 3, which I cannot imagine, especially with the age.
Yep.
Wow, that's such a like,
COVID did funny things.
Well, it doesn't sound like you were sick. Sounds like you were.
We're just living it up.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, I am just singing the praises of HelloFresh. Why? Because I like my food.
Hold on, I need to do
and
something.
easy. I was kind of lost trying to get food the quick and easy way. Fast food, empty calories, unhealthy snacks. At one point, I had more than a chip on my shoulder. I think I had a whole bag. Because when it came to my diet, I felt...
Backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack.
Yeah! Backpack. Oh, we gotta kick this bird butt. No. Anything.
That you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack.
Yeah! Bum, 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 bum. Backpack.
On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack. Yeah! Backpack. On the
I need you.
Backpack, 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 backpack. On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you.
Come on.
Backpack, backpack, backpack. Yeah!
What? You say I got one. I thought the backpack song would give me luck.
Backpack. On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yeah! Backpack, 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 backpack.
Oh, backpack's loaded up with things and next to.
Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yeah! Backpack, 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 backpack. On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yeah!
Yeah, I listened to the backpack song the whole time for this battle. That's her goal.
Backpack, 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 backpack. On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too.
No!
Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yeah!
What? You keep this sucker alive.
Backpack, backpack,
This fucking battle's hard, man.
on the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too.
He's almost fucking dead.
Anything that you might need, I got
I don't
inside
like-
for you.
I don't like him.
Backpack, backpack, backpack.
What do I do?
Yeah!
Should I, like... I think I should... push to him. The attack.
Backpack, backpack. On the backpack loaded up with things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack, 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 backpack. Yeah!
New kid's about to die.
Backpack, backpack.
No. No. Fuck.
Backpack.
Come on. Stop.
With things and knickknacks too. Anything that you might need, I got inside for you. Backpack,
This is our only chance.
backpack,
The backpack song is giving us. Please, please, please. Shit. Fuck. I thought I was gonna fucking kill him. It's I'm gonna die. Turn. Backpacks giving us good luck. Bad backpack.
This is a Podco original.
Finally, we got
I
some.
love being followed. I know a lot of people don't, but I love being followed. So just
Who should we get?
hit that follow button
Butters.
right there. That's right.
And the story I'm told is that they came to my parents and said they wanted him to say this line that's kind of provocative. And I guess my mom said I've got like a horror.
Welcome to Season 2, Episode 6 of Full House Rewind. I'm your host, Dave Coulier, and our guest today is none other than Miko Hughes. He's a director, writer, and actor, and I think he's been an actor
We're just gonna
almost
kill
his
these people.
entire life. He's appeared in the movies Pet Sematary,
Kill the
Kindergarten
bacterias
Cop,
first.
Apollo 13, and Wes Craven's New Nightmare, just to name a few. He's appeared on television in Hangin' with Mr. Cooper, The Nanny, and Beverly Hills 90210. I'm exhausted just reading this. Full House fans, you know him as the character Aaron. Here's a pic of Miko when Full House was on the air. Aw, look at that adorable kid. Hey, Miko.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being
It's
here.
so cool to see you again. It's been so many years. I really appreciate you having me.
Oh, and likewise, thank you. I have a ton of questions for you.
Sure.
But before we do that, we're going to talk a little bit about Episode 5 of Season 2, also known as Joey Gets Tough.
Yes.
Yes, my character apparently got tough in this episode. It was directed by our show's creator, Jeff Franklin. And it first aired on ABC on November 25th, 1988. So, Miko, can you just read that little brief description of what this episode's about?
Sure. Joey upsets DJ when he punishes her. Meanwhile, Jesse appears on Danny's show but gets upset when Danny upstages him.
Oh, it pulls you right in, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, if I'm snooping around, looking for something to watch, I read that, I'm watching
Let's
it.
go.
Okay, here we go. Well, you and I, we're going to discuss
Really?
what
Now it's
happened
not
on the
working.
episode together. I'm going to start us off. Season 2,
It's like
episode
that
6
attack. Sometimes it
opens with a
works, and
teaser
like,
in
and other
Jesse's
times it don't.
Jesse and Michelle
fucking
are
controls
lifting
miss.
weights together. The scene closes with Jesse
Oh, are you
holding Michelle
fucking
and
kidding me
flying
right
her
now?
around the room like Super Baby.
Try it.
The show opens in the kitchen where
2013.
Danny and the
Good.
girls are eating the dinner that Joey has served. Jesse enters and announces that he and his band will be playing at Slim's for the weekend. Jesse tells everyone that he needs to find a way to fill up the club.
Okay. Danny suggests that Jesse play on Wake Up San Francisco on Friday morning, but they'll have to audition for the show's producer first. Jesse invites Danny to come to a rehearsal and pick a song for the audition. Before he exits, he tells the girls that Joey is in charge. Then Joey exits to give Michelle a bath.
DJ and Stephanie start scheming to take advantage of Joey while Danny's out for the night. DJ and Steph ask Joey if they can watch Tiffany live from Tokyo, but
Ooh.
Joey insists that it's a school night and the program airs way too late. They try to convince him by doing the double bunny nose, and Joey caves.
Of course, you always cave doing the double bunny nose. Later that night in the living room, Joey, DJ, and Steph are watching Tiffany on TV and dancing to the music. Well, just then, Danny arrives back home. After the girls go to bed, Danny tells Joey that the girls took advantage of him. Joey tells Danny that he'll be much tougher in the future.
Well, meanwhile, on the set of Wake Up San Francisco, Jesse and his
We
band are
need
auditioning for
Kyle.
the show's producer, who
I'm sorry,
suggested
we just
Danny
need him
come
because
and
he's got
the next show.
that other
We go back
attack.
to the house. Joey is on the phone speaking with Kimmy Gibbler's mom.
Come on.
Asking if she's
Really?
seen DJ, and, well, Joey feels pretty worried. DJ arrives and Joey tells her that she's an hour late. She tells Joey that she was with her friends.
The last fucking brush.
Joey then grounds DJ for the weekend and she'll have to miss her karate tournament. Ooh, man.
Tough.
DJ, it is tough. DJ resists and tells Joey that he can't tell her what to do because he's not her father.
It's the next morning, and Joey's trying to feed Michelle in the kitchen. Jesse enters and reminds them to watch him on Danny's TV show. Joey asks Jesse if he's seen DJ. Jesse tells Joey that DJ's upset with him. Joey then tries to go upstairs to let DJ off the hook, but Jesse intercedes and tells him to stick to his guns. Jesse gives Michelle a big kiss and exits.
Oh. DJ quickly enters the kitchen and exits for school. Stephanie tells Joey that she loves him no matter how much he tries to punish DJ.
We cut to the TV studio where Danny is finishing an interview with the pageant winner, Miss Cadota Fig?
Miss Cadota Fig.
Miss
yes.
Cadota Fig.
Yeah, everybody
The
knows Miss Cadota Fig. Yeah.
Jesse's band is about to start.
No,
The producer of
come
Big San
on.
Francisco urges Danny to sing with the
Come
band.
on.
Jesse whips into a supercharged version of Proud Mary.
Oh, keep on rolling.
He
Yeah.
finishes by doing the splits.
Hold on.
Completely upstages Jesse and
I need to get.
We cut back to the
I
house
need to
where
get
the family
him.
is having a
I
meeting
need
in
to
the living
switch
room. Stephanie
him.
explains that whoever is holding the
Trying to get his
talking
health
stick
back up.
may speak. As they pass the talking stick, it becomes more clear that Joey was justified in grounding DJ.
Joey reveals to
we
everyone
need to
that
get-
being tough is not in his nature. Jesse says that even Herman Munster yelled at poor little Eddie once in a while. Hey, I know him. Danny reminds Joey that he did the right thing and DJ deserved to be punished. DJ exits
Why?
and Joey follows her upstairs.
Is that Butch Patrick?
I know Butch Patrick and Fred Gwynn, who played Herman Munster.
Man,
Yeah.
I
Well, I
wish.
don't
I
remember
wish.
much.
All right, we got to get
Sorry.
back to the
Yeah,
show.
damn it.
Doggone it. All right, we cut back to the girls' room where Joey begins a conversation with DJ about the day she was born, and that her parents wanted to name her.
Come on, he's
Farrah.
almost dead. He's almost fucking dead.
Joey insists that he talked them out of it, and by doing so, did her
Yes.
a huge favor.
Well, Joey tells DJ that they've always been great buddies. He thought that living together would bring them even closer, but now that he's like a parent, that kind of changes things.
Mm-hmm, certainly does. Joey tells DJ that he was scared to death when he didn't know where she was the previous night. Well, DJ apologizes for being mad and for saying mean things. They tell each other how much they love each other and embrace with a hug.
Joey tells DJ that he's new at the discipline thing and that grounding her for the weekend was a little unfair and will allow her to go to the karate tournaments. DJ insists that Joey will be a great dad someday.
Aw, they
Glad you
finish.
know.
Yeah, they finish by playfully doing some karate moves on each other, and that, folks, is what happens in the episode. Joey gets tough. Thank you, Nico, for helping me out with that.
Thank you.
Anything come to mind as you read through that? Anything pop into your head?
I remember karate. We had like some karate situation where like I'm not sure, was it the same episode where we were all fighting? We all had like headbands, we were
Could've been.
jumping on the beds.
Could have been.
That was the fun one. We were like superheroes, but we were taking karate.
Could have been.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I was so little. It's kind of a blur. I went back knowing I was going to get to see you today. I went and watched a bunch of clips, and it was so enjoyable because normally I don't like watching myself,
Mhm.
but it was like with fresh eyes. I hadn't seen it in so long. I was
Yeah.
cracking up that I was able to watch it like removed, like it wasn't
Yeah,
me.
that's great.
And it was so cool, and it was such a wholesome show. You don't see that
Right.
so much
Yeah.
anymore. If you do, it's just different. The show was so.
I'm gonna keep
the
Kyle.
epitome of the 90s. You
It
know?
was, yeah.
And it doesn't.
It was a
work
family.
for other shows that tried to do it. I mean, there was a few that had that 90s vibe, but at least for me, maybe I'm biased because I got to be with you guys on it. But it just really epitomizes.
Well,
the
those
90s
are
TV.
great words to sum up Full House, because I think a lot of people feel the same way. I mean, and segueing into you being very young when you were there, you started your acting career at 22 months old. Somebody
Yeah.
told
I think
me.
this is the last
And
battle
You did a commercial.
you have
Yeah.
to do.
Like, you're not even 2 yet, and
Sure.
you did a commercial, and then at 27 months old, you appeared in Pet Cemetery.
Yeah.
Which is that's a big movie.
I got
That's-
some experience. I think I was ready for
yeah.
a feature. So,
Yeah,
you know,
5 months
paid
of
my
experience.
dues.
Yeah, those 5 months get
Yeah.
you to over 2 years old.
Crammed, it was cramming.
Do you remember back to that time, and how
Crap.
did that happen?
Yeah, it's strange. I didn't know anything else than acting growing up, so it took me. I knew I was very fortunate as I grew up, but it took a long time to really get a full perspective and the gravity of
Yeah.
what was happening.
Sure.
It just felt normal. It didn't feel like anything that different.
Well, and you did 12 episodes of Full House,
Yeah.
all from season 3 through season 8, I believe.
I think it was
Um,
like
We can bring him
it
back.
was like 3 3 or 4 to 9.
Yeah,
years
it
old.
was. Yeah. I mean, we got to see you from being just a little guy
Yeah.
to all of a sudden you're like, oh, there's a kid walking around.
Yeah, you can see the whole family grow up.
Yeah, right.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, I know. Do you remember much about working on our show and what the environment was like for you?
I remember I think my experience had been a lot more in like commercials and film and movie of the week kind of things.
Yeah.
It was the most stage-like because of the 3 camera and the live studio audience. There's that immediate feedback of the crowd.
Yeah.
And I think that was really fun and that was really unique.
Had
And
you
I
ever
liked-
experienced that before?
I think I guest starred like a little bit on some other ones, but I think Full House was the start, you know.
Yeah.
And from there, I think hanging with Mr. Cooper and the nanny and a little bit here and there. But that was a new experience, and that was really cool.
Because on Friday nights when that studio audience
The
came
energy
in,
just
that
changes. You practice
was,
all week, you think it's working,
Yeah,
and then Friday
you get a new
hits.
timing because actual people are laughing. It's not just writers and producers and the crew laughing. Now you've got 200 and some people, and it does change your timing. I mean, you've got to kind of wait for the
Finally.
laughs.
bringing it back. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to wait for the laughs. It's a different timing thing, but you nailed it. Which is incredible that a kid can come into that environment, and just boom,
Thank you.
there you were.
Thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were a pro.
Yeah.
It was amazing to watch.
Yeah.
Who do you think was your favorite on Full House?
Okay.
Did you have a favorite? I mean, if you can remember back then.
I mean, besides you, everyone was pretty cool. Like, we had our beef.
I don't mean to leave the
No,
witness.
you were great, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember Mr. Woodchuck. We're all sitting on the stumps.
Yeah.
That was a good time. And you were making us crack up in between takes, too. You had them going.
Well, whenever we were kind of having a down moment, either me or Saget would start goofing around.
Yeah.
And we loved doing that because it kept the crew up, and the crew people always said, oh, man, thank goodness you guys are here because this was
Keeps
a
the
tough
energy. Yeah.
It was a tough day.
It goes a long way.
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
like, what else are you going to do? You're sitting
Yeah.
around with 2 comedians,
Yay.
and we're just going to keep goofing around.
You're gonna do what you gotta do, yeah.
You've done some big movies.
got
Kindergarten
lucky
Cop
a little
with
bit.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sure. Yeah.
Can you take us back to that experience?
Oh man, I think I was the youngest one in the classroom on Kindergarten Cop. The stories that I'm told, from my parents, they didn't have a line for me. I didn't have lines written.
Yeah.
And they had us all. Some of it was kind of written as developed on set, and
You guys improvised your way through scenes? and
yeah,
stuff?
yeah, it was a lot of yes-anding and.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think they just kind of got a feel for Arnold and the kids and the dynamic and who and what and where and how they wanted to do everything. And the story I'm told is that they came to my parents and said they want him to say this line that's kind of provocative. And I guess my mom said she took a couple days. She's like, this is kind of crazy. I don't know, is it good, is it bad? And she thought that's going to be the line that everyone remembers.
The play was standing
And,
for a long time.
and went for it, and yeah, now I'll forever be known as the boys have a penis, girls have a vagina kid.
How was Arnold?
Arnold.
Did you get to work with Arnold?
He was fantastic. He was very kind.
He's good with the
to all
kids.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he was a huge star.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still a huge star. But,
Sure.
I mean, he will always be a huge star. But
Absolutely.
right then, he was kind of hitting his groove of, I mean, this was a comedy.
He was kind of as far as I know, because I'm not too savvy with the timeline, but he was, Mr. Serious action star, and
Yeah.
this was kind of a character break, kind of fish out of water
Hold on.
situation for it.
Ha-ha! I don't seem so foolish now, do I?
That doesn't mean you have Taco Bell green sauce dip, fuck.
Yeah, Clyde, why do you think that shit's glowing? Maybe because of the 3 varieties of chili peppers. Just give us a stick, asshole. Or what? You'll beat me up? Haha! I've got another surprise for you.
I'm gonna make love to you, woman.
Get him, Commander Douchebag!
I remember it being very.
Alright, we're back.
It was a serious scene, and I wasn't on set as much on that one as some of the others, so it was kind of intense. It was kind of like we're there to do this,
Right.
and then
Oh,
it was.
darn it.
I
Gotta
kind of felt the
cure him.
gravity of it at the time.
Yeah.
But it was a,
That's kind of a
amazing
space reference.
Oh, no.
Gravity.
You got it.
See what you did there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You've also acted in some pretty dark movies.
Sure.
Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Is it tough to switch from
Crap.
going from a comedy
You know what? I'm sorry, Stan.
dark
Wish I could
kind
play
of
with you,
horror
but
film
Yeah.
I
genre
gotta
for
need
you?
butters.
Not
So he
necessarily.
can heal me.
I think
Because you're on a set.
the comedy that I've done, I've been fortunate enough to have the jokes written for me.
Yeah.
So I think comedy can be very hard.
I don't really know how.
It's funny. I never really thought I was gonna be like this horror guy.
I don't think he.
But I think Pet Cemetery and Wes
Oh, he
Craven's New
demeaned
Nightmare
about it. Do
have
nothing.
there's
Crap.
a big fan base following in the horror scene.
horror
So
people,
now
yeah.
I kind of go to horror cons and
Oh, do you?
yeah, I've got like a horror following, I guess. It's different
Cloak,
in
yes.
some ways, but not really. I mean, the work is the work. It's still, it's everyone standing around, smoking cigarettes, eating donuts, pulling cable in between the takes.
Not really, you kids
Yeah.
at home. Not really. I mean,
Movie magic.
They're
Movie
eating
magic.
health food.
Well, I mean, this
salad.
was the '90s. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nowadays, probably not. But yeah, people are working. It's a work environment. It's not actually a haunted house,
Right.
or that kind of thing. So there's certain maybe scenes or moments where you're geared to, have that particular moment. But the day to day is fun. It's you're working with everybody 12 hours or more a day. You have to get along. It's like family, really. So.
Do you have a preference, comedy or dramas?
I like
I didn't do
movies or
nothing.
TV?
Sure. No, they're all great for their own thing. I just like to work, and I think if it's a good fit, I've done projects where I felt like it was fine, but maybe I wasn't connecting with the character as much as other things. If I feel like it's a really good fit, that I think is more important to me than the type of genre or medium or whatever.
Do you have a favorite character that you've done?
What the?
Man, Aaron
What?
was pretty fun because I was.
I was pressing the button.
But Aaron would. And I'm not gonna.
It's okay.
He was
we can beep you.
He was a smart aleck. He's a pain in the ass. Like,
Yeah,
he was
he
the
was.
jerk. I mean, he's one of the rougher characters in the Full House
He was.
verse.
Well,
And I think that was fun to play the heel.
And I think because it went so against type of what the show was is why you came back 11 times.
I'm very thankful for that. Yeah, it worked.
Yeah, it does
It was
work.
fun. And I don't think I've
Why won't
played
let me
any
do-
other characters like that I can think of off the top of my head. So I enjoyed kind of playing in that space, the uniqueness of that.
You did it well.
Yeah.
You did it well. I
It's
mean,
funny. I kind of look back and wonder, you always put yourself in your roles to some degree, depending on what it is, more or less. But I always felt like Aaron was me turned up to 11. Like, I don't think I was a brat, but I do think there was a time where I wasn't a bad kid, but there was a time where I was a brat. That's a better way to put it. And I thankfully got, some hard lessons and got that kicked out of me, I think, hopefully.
Yeah.
But that little snarkiness, I always kind of like to think Aaron's in there a little bit, Yeah.
What was that like going to like movie premieres and stuff? Did you go with, parents? Did you go with agents, managers? Do you remember going to those
my
premieres?
parents
It
were
had to be.
always really there, and I have, especially my mom, I have her to thank for a lot, everything really.
Your mom was on our Full House set every day. Every day you were there.
I'll tell her you said hello.
Yeah,
She does
tell her
as
I said
well,
hi.
I would have agents and managers, at any given time, and it was kind of a surreal thing to be going to.
Would you like sit next to Arnold? at the
You know what's
premiere,
funny?
or
I have
Tom
a
Hanks at this
picture.
premiere?
I don't know what it's from, but I have a picture of us at some event, and it's me and the twins with my arm around them, and I think it was at some screening or something, and like,
Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Mary-Kate and Ashley, and yeah, I can't top that. I was like, look at that, I was killing it at like 7, you know?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You and I share something. You do a lot of voices, and you've done a lot of voices in animation,
a little bit,
which is something I love to do. You worked with my buddy Louis Anderson.
Yes.
On
Right.
Life with
What you
Louis.
gotta do.
Did you ever get to record with Louis in the
Yeah,
studio?
he was so kind. He was always so cool, and he had me and the family. He was performing in Vegas. We got to go see him in Vegas and go backstage and met Carrot Top and dude, and Louis was fantastic. And that show was great too. I feel like
That was a good show.
in a weird way. It was like the proto Meg of Family Guy. It was Louis' little brother that just always got, you know. The
Did it sound like this when he saw you? Hey, nice to see you, man.
Totally, yeah.
Good to see you. This is a fun show. You having fun on this show? It's a good one. Yeah. Did you work with Dave Coulier, right?
Unfortunately.
Yeah, he's nice. Yeah, he's a good guy. See him at the clubs. What's like what do you think is like the craziest voice you've ever done? Have you ever done anything like outrageous
Wacky stuff.
Because cartoons, you can be anything,
Yeah.
I had a director one time say to me, okay.
Oh my gosh.
When I first started doing animation voices, the first show I worked on was Scooby-Doo. That's how far back I go.
That's awesome.
So I remember then, you used to be able to just do a ton of voices. And voiceover. And I remember a director saying to me,
Ruler of darkness. Okay, you know what? I'm not playing anymore. You have broken the rules of this ticket. For that, I banish thee. I banish thee from space and... Ah! We did it, dude. That was awesome. You did it. Your noble quest is at an end. And for all your deeds and all your time put into this, I hereby promote you to King Douchebag. Congratulations. Quickly, now let's get this stick back to safety before anyone can...
Got him! We've got the right cord!
What?
So it really is.
He has the stick of truth. How does this guy know you, King Douchebag?
King Douchebag? Is that what you told him your name was? Why didn't you tell them your real name, Dovahkiin? You don't remember, do you?
I'm not gonna let y'all listen to that.
car, limo, jet, if you need it. If you need to borrow the Full House Rewind jet.
Beautiful.
Later, just
Cool.
take it.
Yeah.
Like,
Keys are on the dish over there?
yes. You got to tell me about that because I'm fascinated. What was the movie about bees? Was it The Secret Life of Bees or
I
something?
think so. Was that the documentary?
I think so.
There's one on
yeah.
Netflix that's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated with bees because they're so important in
To the
the
ecosystem.
ecosystem.
Yeah.
It's
totally.
amazing.
Absolutely.
How did you get into beekeeping?
I saw a documentary. I think my parents were watching at home one day when the TV was on, and I just thought, that is fascinating. They are so cool. That would be a cool pet. I just wanted to stand out and be edgy. Like, I don't want a dog or a cat. I want bees. And then they're like, yeah, you want bees. Next thing you know, it'll be whatever, something else. And I was like, no, I want bees. And then I got a book on bees. Like, I love bees. And I just kept bugging them for like a year. And they're like, fine, get them a beehive.
Do you keep the honey?
Yeah, I don't do it as regularly now. I did for many years when I lived outside of the city. It's a little harder in LA now, but I still have the passion for it. My brother was keeping bees for a while. I kind of got him into it, and they're pretty self-sufficient. You can get the honey. You just kind of check on them, make sure they're good for the winter. If you're near a park or an orchard, they get the nectar. They make the honey. They pollinate the trees. It's like just a good thing for the ecosystem.
You're a good man, Charlie Brown, supporting our ecosystem like that. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're doing well, and you look great.
Thank you. It's great to see
Yada,
you.
yada, yada, as they say.
Sure.
Can we play a little game?
Please.
You up for it?
Yeah.
All right, okay. We're going to play a little game. This game is called Kung Fooey.
Kung Fu.
We were talking about karate. In this episode, Joey grounds DJ from going to her karate tournament.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you some questions related to karate, and I want to see how many you get correct. You know what, though? Regardless of what happens, you're still going to win this game. I just know it. I feel it. I feel it.
We'll see. Challenge
Okay.
accepted. Now
Here
I'm
we
gonna
go.
try to lose.
Here we go. I have 5 questions for you.
Yeah.
Okay. First
Bring it on.
one. At the beginning of this episode, DJ enters the kitchen wearing a karate outfit. What's the official name for a karate outfit?
That's a gi.
Ding, ding,
I'm
ding,
buzzing
ding,
in before
ding.
it's done.
Oh, man, you're
Come
not
on,
going to
man.
get one past this
Yeah.
guy. I can tell already. Okay, here we go. Question 2. You're on a roll.
Yeah.
In karate, you display your status by the color of your belt. What color was DJ's belt in this episode? Oh, that's kind of a tough one.
Purple.
Yes,
Nailed it
yes,
first try.
unbelievable. Oh man, but that's a tough one.
Nice.
You got it though.
Yeah.
Question 3. Here we go.
Steady hands. not
Yes.
nervous.
Oh, look at
The
that.
slightest.
Wax on, wax off. Okay, here we go. In the Karate Kid TV spinoff called Cobra Kai, their mantra is something that Uncle Jesse wouldn't like very much. The mantra starts with strike first, strike hard, and then there's 2 more words sounding somewhat like Uncle Jesse's catchphrase. You know what those words are.
Strike hard, strike first.
And opposite of yes.
No. Thyself? I don't know. What is no way.
Strike first. Strike first. Strike hard. No.
No mercy.
No mercy. See,
of course.
It was right
Oh my
there.
God.
You had it.
Okay.
You
Thank
totally
you.
had
Yes.
it. Man, you're on a roll. That's
All right.
3 out of 4 so far. Okay.
No
here's number
freebies,
4.
no freebies.
Here's
That's
number
right.
4. Yes, that's right. No, you got to earn them.
Yeah.
In the original Karate Kid movie, Mr. Miyagi has a phrase that explains his teaching method. I'll start it, see if you can finish. Wax
on, wax off.
Ding,
No,
ding, ding,
get it
ding.
away. Too easy, too easy.
All right, here we go. Here we go for the win, for the sweep.
All right.
Did karate
Oh,
originate in China, Korea, or
that's a
Japan?
really good question. Karate. So there's a lot of different types of martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Karate.
China, Korea, or Japan? What do you think?
Sounds like. Oh gosh. I'm gonna go with Japan.
Japan
Right
for
up.
the
Yes.
sweep.
Ooh, okay.
Oh man!
Nice. I
Yes,
thought
it's
so.
Japan. The word karate
Could've
is a
been
combination of 2 Japanese characters, kara and te, which means empty and hand.
Ah,
I didn't know that.
nice.
Oh man! But everybody's a winner. You won the game. Nobody goes home empty-handed.
You get that jet?
You are going home. Yes, we're firing up the jet right now. And here
Love
you
it.
go. You win a
Hey.
cut it out T-shirt. There you go.
Love it. Thanks, man.
Unbelievable.
Very cool.
Now, we get to do one more thing before we say goodbye to you.
Sure.
You've been an amazing guest.
Thank you.
But now it's time for the cut it out moment.
Cut it out.
Every episode of Full House had a heartfelt scene, and we have cut out a scene from season 2, episode 6.
Is
You
that
and I
this
are
other
going to
thing?
read together. Yep. So there's your script. I'll be Joey. You'll be DJ.
Okay.
And it's Joey and DJ talking in the girls' room. Okay. Here we go. Cue the music. Okay. Good. There we go. All right. Here we go. Joey says, DJ, last night when I didn't know where you were, I was scared to death. If anything ever happened to you,
I'm sorry about all those mean things I said to you. I was just mad.
well, that's good because
I want to go down like this, Ralph.
weren't for you, I'd be Farrah Joe Tanner.
Ew. They ooh together.
Yeah. It was a double.
That's okay. You know what I'm thinking, Deej? I'm kind of new at this discipline thing. I know that you should be grounded, but maybe grounding you for this weekend was a little unfair.
You mean it? I can go to my karate tournament?
Ah, what the heck?
Thank you. You were gonna make a great dad.
Why? Because you got what you wanted?
No, because you were fair.
Well, thanks. Now remember, next weekend you're grounded.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's great.
Oh.
That's perfect. Oh wait, I just remembered. Kimmy and I had plans to go horseback riding.
Joey gives DJ a stern look.
You know I had to try. Okay.
They pretend. Oh,
just karate.
They pretend to karate fight each other, and that is beautiful. But we now have to say goodbye and thank you to Miko Hughes, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you.
Here's some of my thoughts about Season 2, Episode 6. The aw cut it out scene in this episode has Joey and DJ at odds with each other about DJ's behavior when Danny and Jesse are gone. And Joey is at the house alone being the responsible parent adult. In real life, Candace and I never, ever got mad at each other and raised our voices to one another. But in this episode, we did. The ending of the scene more closely parallels our real lives, with us in a warm embrace and telling each other how much we love each other. We've said it many times in the media about how much this cast loves each other, but I share a special bond with Candace. I introduced her to her husband, Val Bure, a professional hockey player who played in the NHL for over a decade. And I smile every time I see them together with their 3 kids. I guess I just had a feeling that Val was the right guy for Candace. That was in 1994. 30 years has gone by in a flash, and I still love her dearly. We'd like to hear your thoughts about Full House. Tell us about your favorite episode, or just why you love the show so darn much. Or maybe you got a question for me. Just shoot us a short little video and email us the link to it at socials@podco.us. We close every episode of Full House Rewind by giving all of you who needed a hug. This week, our hug goes out to all of you who, well, you may be having a disagreement with someone that hasn't been resolved yet. Sometimes we disagree, and that can be really uncomfortable. Disagreements, well, they usually get solved. And sometimes the best way to move forward is the old, let's agree to disagree. So, for all of you who are at odds with someone right now, this Full House hug goes out to you. Come on, bring it in. Here we go. All right, that's our show. We'd like to thank our special guest, Miko Hughes, for stopping by. You can join us next time here on Full House Rewind, and you can watch all...
This is a Podco original.
All right, did you do it? Okay, good, thank you.
Once the 2 pilots failed.
Season 2, Episode 7 of Full House Rewind. I'm your host, Dave Coulier, and our special guest today is none other than David Lipper. David is a very talented actor and producer, but Full House fans, you know him as his character Viper. He's appeared in 4 episodes of Full House and reprised his role on Fuller House. You can get more info about David at davidlipper.com.
Who's Viper?
Here's a pic of David when Full House was on the air. Wow, look at that. Please welcome David Lipper. Look at that. Thousands of people in our studio audience cheering, going wild. David, how are you?
Very good.
I have not seen you in many a moon.
I don't know if I saw you since we played hockey together for one of those celebrity...
It was one of those charity games, right?
A long time ago.
Oh my gosh. I have so many questions to ask you, including hockey stuff.
Great.
But we're going to jump right in. We're going to be talking a little bit about episode 7 of season 2, also known as Beach Boy Bingo. And this episode was directed by Steve Zuckerman and first aired on ABC on November 25, 1988. So, Dave, can you give us the little rundown there of what this episode is about?
Sure. Well, DJ wins a radio contest, and then she can't decide who she wants to take on a dream night with the Beach Boys. But the Beach Boys make her decision for her when they arrive at the house unexpectedly.
Because the Beach Boys just show up at your house sometimes,
Yeah.
you know? That's a typical Full House episode. And we're going to talk more about this episode. We're going to describe what's happening in this episode, and then there's going to be little pops, little pictures up here somewhere where you can kind of read along. It's like story time with Full House, all right? I'm going to start us off. Season 2, Episode 7 opens with a teaser in Michelle's room. Stephanie is sitting next to Michelle, reading her the story of Cinderella. Michelle insists that Stephanie read the story again and again.
And the show opens in the kitchen where DJ's serving breakfast to Michelle and Stephanie. Danny enters wearing a Hawaiian shirt, of course, and announces that the Beach Boys are going to be guests on Wake Up San Francisco.
Wake up, San Francisco. And then Joey and Jesse enter and start singing Surfin' Safari with Danny. They thank Danny for inviting them to meet the Beach Boys at the show and talk about some Beach Boy memories that they both have.
And then we cut to the Wake Up San Francisco set. Joey asks Jesse if they can enlist the Beach Boys to sing on their new jingle, or Beach Butter Suntan Lotion.
As Danny begins to introduce the Beach Boys, he receives a note from the stage manager which says
my
that
gosh,
the
birds
Beach
keep
Boys
fucking
plane
dying.
can't land and they'll miss the show. Danny starts playing guitar and singing Good Vibrations as Jesse and Joey watch in horror.
Then we cut back to the house where Danny is ironing his suit in the kitchen. Kimmy Gibbler enters and reminds Danny about the Beach Boys not making their appearance on the show.
And then Jesse and Joey enter with a boombox and quickly tune into a radio show that is about to play their Eat at Beano's jingle. Eat at Beano's. They hear it and they realize it's been clipped.
And as the guys continue to listen to the radio, they hear DJ call into the program trying to win a dream night with the Beach Boys contest. So the entire family helps her guess that Help Me Rhonda is the correct answer to the question. DJ wins and is then asked who she'll pick to bring to the concert.
DJ wins. Man, this is getting better and better. It's the next morning and everyone is in the kitchen eating breakfast. They all try to gain DJ's favor in the hopes they'll be picked to go to the Beach Boys show.
Complete manipulation.
It is manipulation.
So then we cut to Michelle's room where Danny is watching Michelle painting a picture. DJ enters and shows Danny her outfit that she's thinking about wearing to the Beach Boys show. And Danny asks DJ why she picked Jesse to go to the show, and then laments about how much he loves the Beach Boys. As DJ exits, Danny sees that Michelle has painted her dresser. Danny tries to clean the paint with, of course, a sponge.
We cut to Jesse's room where Joey suggests that Jesse give the Beach Boys their jingle tape. Danny enters and shows Jesse Michelle's painting. DJ enters and tells Danny that he should go to the Beach Boys show with Jesse. Danny reveals to Jesse that his feelings were hurt when DJ didn't invite him to go to the show.
So the family enters the girls' room and has a discussion about who should go to the Beach Boys show. Now the phone rings, and Stephanie announces that the Beach Boys have pulled into the Tanner driveway. Everyone exits and sprints to the front door.
The Beach Boys, the Beach Boys. Jesse opens the front door and we see the Beach Boys standing on the front porch. There they are. The family is in awe and quickly invite them into the living room. The Beach Boys want to know why DJ isn't coming to their show.
And it's only later that day that the family sits in the living room with the Beach Boys singing their smash hit, Kokomo. The Beach Boys invite the entire family to their show, and they break into another version of Kokomo.
We smash cut to the Beach Boys live on stage at the LA Memorial Coliseum, where a football game between the USC Trojans and Cal Berkeley Golden Bears is in halftime. The Beach Boys introduce the Tanner family to the crowd and invite them on stage.
So you got Jesse, Joey, Danny, DJ, and Stephanie leaping onto the stage and joining the Beach Boys to sing Barbara Ann. So we cut to various shots of the cast singing, the stadium dancing and singing along, and during the song, Joey slips the jingle tape into Mike Love's shirt pocket.
That was pretty crafty. The song finishes and we all take a bow.
Oh.
And that is what happens in this episode of Beach Boy Bingo. Thanks for the help, David.
Fine summary.
Man, I'll tell you, anything jump out at you when we're recapping that episode?
The sprinting jumped out at me. That they sprinted
What?
to
They
the door.
sprinted, and a lot of just bands just showing up.
Yeah.
You know, Little Richard, the Beach Boys.
Frankie Valli on one of my
Frankie
episodes.
Valli shows
That's right.
up. You know, it was amazing how these Tanners attracted all these musical stars.
Thank you, John Stamos.
Yes, David, you're a busy guy.
I am.
Man, oh man, you know, I was catching up about you, and I, when I was preparing for your appearance here on Full House Rewind, it came back to me that you were originally from Montreal.
Yeah.
And then I remembered we played hockey together, and then we were kibitzing and schmoozing.
No,
before the show,
no.
You know, as we do. And I said, hey, are you skating? And David said, yeah, you skate like 4 times a week.
4 times a week when I'm in LA. Yes.
That's why he looks like that, and I skate 1 time a week, and I look like this. Big difference. I don't think I ever got to tell you this. My mom's side of the family is from Bathurst, New Brunswick, Canada.
Oh.
And some relatives in St. John and
Newfoundland?
yeah. My wife Melissa and I took the train all the way from Windsor, Canada, to Bathurst, New Brunswick.
Wow.
And so we went through Toronto and Montreal, and it was
Kingston, maybe?
unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Yeah, Chatham, Belleville.
Right.
Yeah, Ajax. We hit them all. I'd been to Montreal for some like charity hockey game stuff, you know, but I'd never been to that eastern seaboard of Canada. It was so lovely, and the people were just like. I had to brush up on my French, of course. Do you still speak French?
I can. You
Yeah?
know, I don't get a lot of opportunity. When I go to Cannes,
Yeah.
I'll speak French.
Yeah.
And then they'll say, you can speak English to us. It's okay.
But in Montreal, I remember going there, and I remember everybody saying, you know, if you try to speak French, they appreciate it.
They appreciate it,
They
sure.
appreciate
Yeah.
it more.
Yeah,
So I
especially
was like,
from Americans.
You know, I'd be ordering like at the hockey game and go, du Coke Diet, 2 Diet Coke.
That's right. Well done.
You know, I was like, ooh, man.
It's funny, there's some things that they say in French Canadian French they don't say in France. So, like, they'll say chien chaud for hot dog, but in France they'll just say hot dog. You know, like chien chaud is like the literal, translation.
They're more progressive.
Yes, they are.
See, now my grandparents, Norman and Etta Como, are both from Bathurst, New Brunswick.
Ah.
But we had to check on that because they both had the same last name. So some things happened, I think.